Welcome back, man. This is the last stretch of our series.
Yeah, we wrapped it around sales fundamentals, features versus benefits, customer happiness, and then rapid decision-making and learning.
The wildest part to me was the idea that sales isn't done when money lands.
Exactly. Sales ends when the customer's happy and comes back, not when they hit checkout.
People treat customer support like punishment after the sale.
And that's insane, because repeat customers are basically free marketing plus lifetime value.
Lifetime value is such a simple concept, but it flips your whole brain.
It's literally total profit over time, like Jack burning one candle versus Jill burning weekly.
$7 times 52. Suddenly, Jill is the real target.
And it explains why customer service is not nice, it's the business engine.
Also, the reactivation move, calling up past customers with a low-cost reminder.
Reactivation is such a clean campaign because you already solved trust once,
But it only works if the first experience wasn't trash.
right? Which leads to the sales brain. Persuade with benefits, not features.
The features versus benefits thing is always where entrepreneurs get smug.
They'll tell you 100% soy wax and act like you're dumb for not caring.
Customers don't buy ingredients, they buy outcomes, what life looks like after.
That's the neurology-ish part. Your brain simulates the future when you hear a good story.
I love the car analogy. Get them into the driver's seat mentally.
Sales rule number 1, make them imagine themselves using it tomorrow.
And that's why storytelling isn't fluff. It's just cognitive leverage.
Also, it's why beats what, even when the what is technically true.
Okay, but let me push back. Features can matter too.
Sure, features become reasons to believe, like proof for the benefit claim.
So it's not features versus benefits, it's priority. Benefits first, features as backup.
Exactly, like a courtroom. Benefits are the story, features are Exhibit A.
Now the core components of a successful company part. 5 essential parts.
Hiring for curiosity and communication, then mission clarity, then the 5 parts working together.
And bureaucracy is basically the enemy of value creation.
Good management is removing barriers so skilled people can do the work that matters.
I like the Southwest hire for attitude, train for skill vibe.
Because hiring is the first lever you can actually control before product even exists.
But hiring isn't one size fits all. Candles online is different from candles in malls.
Totally, the game changes with distribution, manufacturing, and who you serve.
Then we hit competition. People use "someone already solved this" as an excuse to quit.
The iron law of the market. Markets that don't exist don't care how smart you are.
I love that because it reframes competition as validation, not threat.
Yeah, unless it's totally brand new, then you might be inventing a problem nobody wants.
The Segway example was brutal. 110K alternative to walking sounds like a marketing disaster.
And liquid death-style disruption, that's different because there's demand and curiosity already.
So what do you do with competitors? Attack, block, sue?
No, learn from them first. Buy their product, deconstruct packaging, analyze ads.
It's so obvious it hurts. People overthink and skip buy and test.
And that market research is basically free besides your time.
Okay, I was waiting for the money section because startups love ignoring finance.
Right. Finance isn't math class. It's arithmetic and trade-offs.
The net in the ocean net profit story was hilarious and also depressing.
Because it shows even smart founders can be confused if they never force the concepts.
They said you just need a few numbers early. Monthly overhead, monthly sales, delivery costs, net profit.
Monthly because modern expenses hit monthly. Rent, tools, salaries, everything.
And if you're making money but not enough to sustain your life, that's a different kind of failure.
Exactly. Sustainability isn't positive cash flow once, it's this doesn't collapse in 6 months.
Then the episode goes full chaos into experimentation and decision-making.
We got the explore-exploit model from casinos. Explore never truly stops.
Exploration is the part everyone forgets. They only brag about executing.
And experimentation only counts if you collect feedback, not just try stuff.
Like failure without feedback is just random suffering.
That's why the candle example worked. 10 cents, small batches, then measure what people buy and say.
The pitch black room sensory test was next level, but also smart.
It limits variables. Don't let packaging color trick your judgment.
Then Goal's law. Start simple. Add complexity only when it earns its keep.
More features isn't more value, it's more expectations, and expectations are expensive.
The Whoop example killed me. Add time and it becomes a watch.
And now you're competing in an entirely different market with different customer psychology.
Last lane was learning. First 20 hours, pre-commitment, and avoiding research procrastination.
Pre-commitment is key. I'll do 20 hours no matter what, so you don't spiral into doubt.
Because hours 1 to 10 are emotionally brutal, frustration barrier is real.
Yeah, and comparison makes it worse, especially when you compare to people who've practiced for years.
So instead of chasing mastery instantly, you deconstruct skills into sub-skills and practice quantity first.
And you focus on one thing, then speed up learning by iterating through feedback, not perfection.
Okay, I'm actually fired up now. This episode felt like a toolkit, not a lecture.
Same, sales, finance, experiments, and learning all connect to one idea: reduce uncertainty with action.
Before we close, what do you regret more, commission or omission?
Commission, mostly things I did and it didn't work, while omission regrets are more like what-ifs.
Fair. And also, scenario planning is basically decision-making with guardrails.
Options, trade-offs, play it out, then pick the best fit for the moment.
All right, that's a wrap for this 2-episode run. Thank you for hanging in with us.
We'll catch you next time. Go build something, make it simpler, and test it fast.
Welcome back. This last episode glued sales to customer happiness, then jumped into learning fast.
We talked lifetime value, features versus benefits, competition, and how to run business like fast experiments.
I can't stop thinking about the line, first sale is expensive, repeats are the cheat code.
Yeah, because you're not fighting attention again, you're compounding trust and goodwill.
But most founders treat customer service like a nuisance you apologize for.
Exactly, like, why are you emailing me? As if the customer didn't just pay rent.
The sad part is they're also killing word of mouth at the same time.
Happy repeat. Customers are basically organic marketers with receipts.
And reactivation is such a clean idea. Jack already exists. Jill's already in your system.
You're basically running a tiny promotion with very low incremental cost.
Okay, but I want the sales equation. What actually closes deals for Jack Energy customers?
The big framework was features versus benefits, and it's annoyingly true.
People list soy wax like the brain will magically convert wax into desire.
Right. Customers buy imagined futures, not ingredient lists.
That car example hit me. Sales is getting them in the driver's seat immediately.
And once they simulate it, they start convincing themselves instead of you pushing.
It's basically storytelling, but with a salesperson's urgency.
One part of me wants to argue not urgency, clarity, but sure, urgency too.
Features are reasons to believe, not reasons to buy. That distinction is gold.
Totally, benefits map to human drives, features only earn credibility.
And then the episode flips to customer happiness again like, you don't stop at purchase.
A sale isn't complete until they're thrilled and plan to return.
This is why lifetime value feels like a moral compass for pricing decisions.
Because if Jill is worth hundreds versus Jack's 7, you optimize for the long term.
I love how it turns good customer service into pure economics.
It also forces founders to stop worshipping vanity metrics and start tracking repeat behavior.
Speaking of economics, competition talk was spicy, like the iron law of the market.
Markets that exist don't care how smart you are, but brand new markets might not even buy your story.
So competition is actually evidence of demand, not a personal attack.
Yeah, competition is validation of the problem being real and solvable commercially.
But there's still the instinct to attack competitors, block them, or out-alpha them.
The recommended move was learn from them by buying, deconstructing, and observing.
I'm picturing the founder speed-running competitor research with a shopping bag of candles.
Honestly, it's the most normal form of market research imaginable.
Yet people avoid it because it feels like work, not strategy.
And then they wonder why their first batch flops. No feedback loop, just vibes.
Feedback is the whole point of experimentation, right? Try, observe, adjust.
The explore-exploit trade-off basically says, keep exploring forever, just less over time.
That casino analogy is so clean. Exploration gives data. Exploitation spends it wisely.
And the exploration portion never hits zero, which is comforting and terrifying.
Comforting because it means you're allowed to be wrong while learning.
Terrifying because it means your success depends on systems for learning, not being talented.
Now let's talk about the other half, finance and why people fear it like a boss fight.
The "you just need 3 numbers" story was hilarious and also oddly motivating.
But the deeper thing was monthly fixed overhead plus monthly profit reality.
Yes, can you keep the lights on? And is net profit enough for your long-term life?
I appreciated the blunt $5 at month-end example, like that's not sustainable, it's a hobby.
And the episode said, finance isn't magic. It's arithmetic plus trade-offs.
But you know what? I disagree with a bit. Math fear still becomes emotion fear.
Totally. If you treat finance as punishment, people never touch it.
So the move is to make finance a dashboard for decisions, not a report for shame.
Agreed. And that loops back to experimentation. Run numbers like tests, too.
Okay, last jump. First 20 hours learning anything. This is the episode's secret power move.
Pre-commitment is the underappreciated hack because it defeats procrastination through obligation.
And the frustration barrier is real. Hours 1 to 10 emotionally brutal.
Most people quit during the "I feel incompetent" phase before feedback kicks in.
So choose a lovable project isn't fluff. It's motivation insurance.
And then deconstruct the skill so you're not learning the entire universe at once.
The DJ example was perfect. Music theory first, decks later, because fundamentals unlock speed.
Also, deconstruction plus critical tools reduces friction and time to action.
I keep thinking this applies to business, not just guitar or DJing.
Yeah, sell by benefits, then experiment on messaging, then fix finance constraints, then repeat.
Which basically means your business is a learning loop wrapped in customer happiness.
And the loop gets stronger when lifetime value makes you care about retention, not one-offs.
All right, before we end, if you had to pick one metric to obsess over tomorrow, what is it?
Monthly net profit that keeps you sustainable. But I'd track alongside something like repeat or retention.
I'd go lifetime value proxy for customer happiness because it predicts future revenue automatically.
Fair, because happy and returning is the real engine behind everything we discussed.
This episode made it feel like there's one underlying philosophy. Reduce uncertainty with action.
Yup, sales gets customers to yes, finance keeps you alive, and experiments keep you learning.
Okay, I'm actually fired up now. This episode felt like a toolkit, not a lecture.
Same. Sales, finance, experiments, and learning all connect to one idea. Reduce uncertainty with action.
Before we close, what do you regret more, commission or omission?
Commission mostly, things I did, and it didn't work, while omission regrets are more like what-ifs.
Fair, and also scenario planning is basically decision-making with guardrails.
Options, trade-offs, play it out. Then pick the best fit for the moment.
All right, that's a wrap for this 2-episode run. Thank you for hanging in with us.
We'll catch you next time. Go build something, make it simpler, and test it fast.
Welcome back. This finale episode ties sales, customer happiness, finance, and learning fast.
We basically covered how to sell without being annoying, keep customers delighted, and experiment like a scientist.
Okay, but the first sale is expensive. Repeat is magical part. That hit me.
Because people act like selling ends at checkout, then they wonder why retention is dead.
The lifetime value example made it real. Jack burns candles, Jill burns candles forever.
And the crazy bit is, you're not just maximizing profit, you're maximizing word of mouth.
Word of mouth is the only marketing that doesn't feel like marketing.
Exactly. Happy customers become your sales team, your distribution, your credibility machine.
But can customer service really be a strategy? Or is it just a cost center people tolerate?
If it's a cost center, you're doing it wrong. Treat it like reducing future churn risk.
Also, the value of reactivation is wild. Call Jack back when you already know he exists.
Yeah, buy again is the most underrated email subject line in business history.
And it's cheap because the hardest part, attention, was already paid once.
That's why sales intersects marketing, but also intersects value delivery.
Which is why the whole features versus benefits thing matters so much, right?
Features are reasons to believe, but benefits are reasons to say yes.
I love that candle example. 100% soy wax is not why someone wants a candle.
It's why they believe the candle won't ruin their life, not why they crave the glow.
So benefits connect to mental simulation. Like you buy a future, not an object.
Yes, you get the driver's seat like selling a car, make them imagine the life fast.
But sometimes founders hide behind benefits and still don't deliver the basics.
True, delivery is non-negotiable. Otherwise, benefits become advertising theater.
Advertising theater. Wow, we should put that on a mug for founders.
I survived my own theater. Put it next to the gross margin chart.
Speaking of charts, the finance section was refreshing. No mysticism, just simple arithmetic.
I liked the idea of net profit as the what do I get to keep number, not some bossy abstraction.
But people genuinely panic when they hear finance words, especially amortization and runway.
Amortization sounds like a villain, but it's just money spread over time.
Richard Branson saying he didn't know net profit at 50 is peak founder relatability.
The ocean and fishnet story is hilarious because it turns accounting into a cartoon.
The best metric early on was monthly fixed overhead plus monthly sales minus delivery costs.
And the emotional version is, can I keep the lights on without hating my life?
That's what ties the business to your life. Sustainability isn't just survival, it's worth it.
Then we jumped into experimentation, which is basically the antidote to I need certainty.
I still think some people treat experimentation like chaos, though.
Yeah, but the point is not random. It's explore, exploit, with disciplined feedback.
The casino slots model was clean. Explore never fully stops, it just shrinks.
Explore is the fun part. Exploit is when the results start paying rent.
And the big missing piece was feedback, not just trying stuff.
Trying is easy. Collecting information and using it is where founders win or lose.
I'm obsessed with the candle test idea. Pitch black rooms, strangers rating lit and unlit.
That's such a nerdy move, but it's also insanely practical risk reduction.
I-limited variables is the sentence that separates scientists from storytellers.
And that leads to G-Law. Start simple, earn complexity later.
Complexity as a status signal is so real. People think more features equals more value.
The Whoop to Watch example was perfect. Adding a feature changes expectations entirely.
Congratulations, you invented a watch. Now you're competing with luxury fashion pricing.
That's why a candle business should not jump to citywide scent tech on day one.
Okay, but the first 20 hours learning thing, that's the bridge to experimentation too.
Rapid skill acquisition is basically pre-commit, deconstruct, practice, then accelerate via feedback.
People obsess over 10,000 hours mastery, but that's for different goals.
Yeah, 10,000 hours is a cool flex. 20 hours is a cool decision.
Pre-commitment was such a behavioral trick. Make the doing unavoidable.
It's also choosing a lovable project, so you keep moving when it gets ugly emotionally.
Hours 1 to 10 are brutal. That frustration barrier causes most people to quit.
And then they over-research instead of practicing, which is just avoidance with citations.
I'm doing market research becomes I'm procrastinating academically.
That's why the first 20 hours emphasizes speed and quantity, learned by reps, not perfection.
Deconstruction into sub-skills is huge too. Learn the tempo and keys before you touch the decks.
And then you keep exploring weird, cool things because commonalities hide in random places.
Steve Jobs' calligraphy class is proof that wasted time is often just unrecognized compounding.
Watching Netflix isn't wasted if you extract narrative arcs and apply them elsewhere.
That's the theme across both episodes. Use action to create clarity.
And reduce uncertainty by selling, servicing, measuring, learning, and iterating.
All right, final wrap. We're back to building, simplifying, and testing fast.
That's the series. Thanks for hanging with us, and go run your next experiment today.
If your customer isn't thrilled, your math is pointless. Fix the loop, then scale it.
And if you're stuck, don't negotiate with uncertainty, pre-commit, and collect feedback.
All right, we're done for the 2-episode run. Thank you for listening and learning with us.
We'll catch you next time. Keep it simple, keep it human, keep it moving.
Welcome back. Malik and Daniel are back for the final episode.
We tied sales to customer happiness, then jumped into learn fast systems.
The funniest part is people think sales is just getting paid.
Yeah, but the real point is the customer stays happy and comes back.
So sell is almost like manufacture a repeatable relationship, right?
Exactly, and lifetime value makes that obvious in the dumbest way possible.
The candle example was elite. Jack burns 7, Jill burns weekly.
And then everyone suddenly cares about customer service overnight.
Because if you're not doing service, you're basically throwing away cash.
And cash is the only language most startups eventually learn anyway.
But companies treat customers like annoyances after the purchase.
It's insane. Post-sale support is basically free marketing if done right.
Word of mouth is literally a side effect of not being terrible.
Also, reactivation is underrated. Hit Jack later and see if he bites again.
But reactivation only works if the first experience didn't scar them emotionally.
True, because you can't market your way out of bad delivery.
Which leads to the whole features versus benefits trap people fall into.
Yes, features are reasons to believe. Benefits are why you actually say yes.
That iPod example was perfect. Nobody cares about gigabytes.
They care about 1,000 songs in their pocket, like magic.
So is it just copywriting? Or is there an actual brain mechanism here?
There's a mechanism. People simulate the future in their heads before they buy.
Like the car test drive, your brain predicts what your life becomes next.
Stories work because they activate that simulation part of your mind.
Which is why we use soy wax feels like a boring footnote.
Unless the benefit is clean burning, cozy, and you feel good about it.
Right, because customers don't buy candles, they buy relief from guilt.
Or they buy the vibe for dates, depending on the audience.
Now I'm thinking, how do you translate benefits into an actual sales framework?
Step 1. Get them in the driver's seat of the imagined outcome fast.
And step 2 is to make the reasons to believe concrete but not dominant.
Exactly. Features support the story, they don't replace it.
People want to over-explain like the customer is a spreadsheet.
Meanwhile, the customer just wants to feel confident they're making the right move.
And confidence comes from experience and feedback loops, not vibes alone.
Which is why the Learn Fast section was basically the other half of sales.
The exploration-exploitation trade-off, that was a fun, nerdy upgrade.
Gambling, casino brain, but it makes entrepreneurship make sense.
Explore forever? Not forever, just never to zero.
You keep a small slice of time dedicated to trying new angles.
Most people try new stuff like once, then demand certainty like a king.
Then they quit after the first slot doesn't pay out.
But the key isn't just trying, it's collecting information from the outcomes.
Trying without tracking is just random chaos with better branding.
What did you think about the research mode trap?
It's the procrastination mask. People research to avoid feeling incompetent.
The frustration barrier is real. Hours 1 to 10 feel like you're drowning.
And yet that's also when you learn the fastest, emotionally and skill-wise.
That's why pre-commitment matters. I'll do 20 hours no matter what.
It removes the pressure to be good instantly, which is huge for adults.
Adults are like, I'd rather look smart than learn.
And then they stay in the same job for 10 years, learning nothing.
I like the choose a lovable project part more than the hype of 10,000 hours.
The 10,000 hours thing is mastery cosplay, not learning strategy.
So it's different goals, different schedules, rapid competence versus world-class mastery.
Exactly. Rapid skill acquisition is about getting functional quickly.
Also, the deconstruction idea. Skills are bundles, not one monolith.
Like DJing, your first hour might be what is music, not touching the decks.
Which would terrify every impatient founder with a launch tomorrow brain.
But it's smart because it finds the inflection points early.
And it applies to business too. Deconstruct marketing, sales, service, finance.
Yep, 5 parts of every business, then reduce bureaucracy so people execute.
Bureaucracy is just friction with paperwork receipts.
Good management is removing barriers for skilled work, not creating new meetings.
Speaking of barriers, competition came up too. Iron law of the market.
Markets that exist don't care how smart you are, so stop romanticizing no one's doing it.
Competition is validation, unless it's totally brand new and customers must be educated from scratch.
Exactly. Brand new category can be a warning sign, not a victory lap.
And then the move is learn from competitors. Don't obsess about destroying them.
Buy their product, deconstruct packaging, check price points, see what gets attention.
Then combine that with your own research and your unique twist.
The last piece was finance and accounting, which people fear for no reason.
People hear gross margin and immediately assume they'll fail math forever.
Finance is just sell price minus costs equals profit, plus monthly overhead.
Branson drawing the ocean net picture was honestly the best sales asset ever.
The fish is in the net, and suddenly everyone remembers net profit matters.
And the metric that actually matters early, monthly outflows versus monthly sales.
Net profit needs to be enough for sustainability, not just we're profitable in theory.
The theme across business and learning is the same. Take actions, get feedback, adjust.
Reduce uncertainty by selling, servicing, measuring, learning, iterating, repeat.
And if your customer isn't thrilled, your math is pointless. Fix the loop, then scale.
And if you're stuck, don't negotiate with uncertainty, pre-commit, and collect feedback.
All right, we're done for the 2-episode run. Thank you for listening.
We'll catch you next time. Keep it simple, keep it human, keep it moving.
Welcome back. We're picking up from sales, finance, and learning fast.
This episode connects the dots. Close well, keep customers happy, measure profit monthly.
And also that features versus benefits thing feels so obvious until you try it.
Right, because people brag about specs while customers are simulating their future.
A customer's brain is basically like, cool, but will I look cool holding this candle?
Exactly. Sales isn't get money, it's make them want their next version of life.
But you're telling me nobody cares that the candle is 100% soy wax?
They care as a reason to believe, not as the reason to buy.
That's the iPod example. 1,000 songs is the product. Storage is the footnote.
And the deeper point is, you're selling a narrative the customer can preview.
So how do you actually get them into the driver's seat fast?
Story, demos, imagine using this tomorrow, then you shut up and let them feel it.
Silence is wild advice, but it works because people talk when they're inside the story.
Also, sales is half marketing and half value delivery. People forget the second half.
They treat customer service like an interruption, like, ugh, you bought already.
Which is insane, because repeat customers are basically your compounding engine.
Lifetime value is the cheat code. Like Jack burns one candle a year, Jill burns weekly.
Jill is your dream customer, and you still see founders underinvest in keeping her happy.
Wait, so lifetime value is literally sum of all profits across time?
Yep, it's profit per purchase times how long they keep coming, plus how much you avoid reacquiring them.
So the hard work entrepreneur fallacy is like work harder to get customers instead of keep customers.
Exactly, because first sales are usually expensive and repeats are comparatively easy.
And happy repeats are marketing. Word of mouth is free distribution with better targeting.
Word of mouth plus reactivation emails. Hey Jack, you're missing this year's candle.
That's such a simple campaign. It feels illegal to call it a strategy.
It's not fancy, but it's effective because you already know the customer exists and already proved willingness once.
And reactivation only works if the first experience wasn't trash, obviously.
Obviously, but obviously is where businesses die because they ship and vanish.
So we've got the loop. Persuasive sales, delighted delivery, measure, fix, repeat.
And if the loop doesn't close, your marketing wins are just expensive confusion.
That's where the finance side hits. Monthly reality, not inspirational spreadsheets.
Net profit has to be enough for sustainability, not just we're profitable someday.
We agreed the early metric is monthly outflows versus monthly sales.
Because runway is basically math plus tempo, how fast you burn relative to receipts.
Look, most people panic because they think business needs advanced math classes.
It's mostly arithmetic. Sell price minus costs, then overhead, so you know if you can keep lights on.
But does that really solve learning fast for a new founder?
It does, because when you're measuring monthly, you can experiment without guessing forever.
So tie experimentation to the money. Try, get feedback, adjust, and don't run out of fuel.
Exactly. Experimentation removes the pressure to be certain before acting.
Pre-committing to suck for a while is such a mental cheat code.
Pre-commitment is brutal in the best way. Even if I hate this, I do 20 hours.
That explore-exploit casino model is actually comforting for founders.
Because you can explore a bunch of candles, then exploit the winners, while exploration never reaches zero.
The key is collecting feedback, not just trying stuff like, cool, we launched 10 cents.
Right. Trying without measuring is just theater with inventory.
And you can do weird tests, pitch black rooms, strangers smelling lit versus unlit.
That's insane. Also genius, because it limits bias from labeling and color.
Founders love skipping the boring part, like ask people what they like.
Because asking people feels like exposure, like you might not be competent yet.
Adult learners hate feeling stupid, so they research themselves into paralysis.
Procrastination in disguise. Let me read one more paper before I fail publicly.
So the anti-paralysis move is deconstruct the skill, then practice the sub-skills.
Yeah, like learning DJing isn't just jumping on decks. It's tempo, keys, transitions first.
I love that deconstruction example because it makes beginner feel less vague.
Also, set a lovable project. If you don't care, you won't pre-commit.
Choose a lovable project sounds fluffy, but it's basically motivation science.
And speed matters early. Quantity and variety build foundations faster than perfection.
That's the guitar in the closet tragedy. Friction is real, and it kills practice.
Remove friction. Tools within reach, sessions short, and start before your brain negotiates.
Which brings us back to business value. Start simple. Add complexity only if it earns its keep.
Complexity isn't value. It's just more ways to mess up the customer experience.
Even the Whoop story. Adding the time turns it into a different product category with new expectations.
More features changes the frame of what people assume you are.
So if you're building a candle company, don't start with a whole HVAC scent machine.
Start with a candle, validate demand, then scale complexity when customers ask for it.
And when demand exists, competition isn't a threat. It's proof people are willing to buy.
But if it's truly brand new, you need education too. Maybe that's why it's risky.
The iron law. Markets that don't exist don't care how smart you are.
So go study competitors like free research, buy, deconstruct packaging, reverse engineer positioning.
It's kind of fun, too. Turn shopping into market research without pretending you're above it.
I'm not shopping, I'm benchmarking. Famous last words.
Last bridge. How do we decide between options under uncertainty?
Scenario planning, map options, play out likely outcomes, then choose the best fit now.
And accept that you'll learn through action, not through infinite preparation.
If you can't be certain, don't negotiate with uncertainty. Pre-commit and collect feedback.
That's the real theme across business and learning. Act, measure, adjust, repeat.
And the happy customer part means your math stays meaningful, not just your marketing claims.
All right, we're done for the 2-episode run. Thank you for listening.
We'll catch you next time. Keep it simple, keep it human, keep it moving.
Welcome back. Episode 2 is the final one, and it's packed.
We talked selling beyond persuasion, then real customer happiness, then fast learning via experimentation.
The sales angle flipped for me, like sales isn't just get paid.
Exactly, it's make someone delighted, because repeats are where the money gets ridiculous.
Lifetime value sounds fancy, but it's basically Jack burns once, Jill burns forever.
Yeah, and once you internalize that, you stop treating customer support like a tax.
Companies really do act like customers emailing is a personal insult.
And then they wonder why growth feels like pushing a boulder uphill.
The wild part is happy customers become marketing. Word of mouth is free distribution.
Not fully free, but way cheaper than constant acquisition, especially long-term.
And reactivation, calling Jack after a year, feels almost too obvious to not work.
It's like, hey, you forgot us. Would you like to remember again?
I mean, does it feel spammy to the customer, or does it depend on how good you were before?
It depends heavily. If the first experience was trash, reactivation is just polite harassment.
Okay, so now, sales framework time, features versus benefits sounded like a cheat code.
It is a cheat code, but people misuse it by turning benefits into fluff.
Like, our candle is clean burning, followed by absolutely no reason I should care.
Benefits are the human drive, what their future feels like after buying.
The mental simulation thing, like, get them in the driver's seat fast, that's so real.
Right. Like test driving a car, but in your marketing copy and sales conversation.
Also explains why stories land. Your brain is basically doing preview mode.
And it's not magic, it's prediction. Your brain tries to extrapolate outcomes from cues.
I do wonder, though, how do you avoid making fake predictions that disappoint people?
You use features as reasons to believe, not as the emotional hook itself.
So features are the footnote, benefits are the headline.
Exactly. And then your product and service have to earn that promise.
That's where customer service becomes central, not a chore.
Because if you ruin the post-sale moment, your whole lifetime value thesis collapses.
Which then bleeds into competition. People think competitors mean no money.
But the iron law is the market doesn't care how smart you are.
Markets don't care? That's brutal.
They care about demand. If there are candles, people are already paying for the concept.
And the caution was brand new inventions. Nobody's educated to buy yet.
Yeah, sometimes it's a promising sign, but often it means you're forced to educate plus sell.
So how should a founder treat competitors? Attack, ignore, copy.
Learn, buy, deconstruct, become their customer, then build your unique angle.
Basically go vandalize their product, but politely.
Exactly. And most of that research is cheap. Your time and curiosity, not fancy degrees.
Then you circle back to money. Dollars and cents is the part everyone tries to avoid.
People act like accounting is a moral failing or a math trauma.
Like gross margin triggers PTSD from school exams.
But it's simple arithmetic. Sell price minus costs minus marketing minus delivery equals profit.
The keep the lights on metric hit me. the monthly overhead and monthly sales.
Because if net profit isn't enough to sustain your runway, you're doing performance art.
Performance art that also ships candles. Love that.
And it's why experimentation is the survival skill, not just a growth hack.
The explore-exploit trade-off is such a clean way to describe it.
Exploration never stops. It just shrinks, meaning you keep learning even after you find something that works.
But people try 10 ideas and forget the feedback loop part.
Yeah, trying without collecting information is basically just burning money with extra steps.
10 cents, 0 follow-ups, then weird results happen.
The key is structured attention. Ask what's loved, what's hated, how it smells lit versus unlit.
And the sensory deprivation room idea, pitch black candle tasting, sounds insane, but also brilliant.
It's the same principle as isolating variables, but make it fun and slightly deranged.
That whole vibe matched the first 20 hours learning philosophy too.
Pre-commitment and deliberate practice, so you stop letting discomfort stall you.
Because the real barrier isn't ability, it's feeling incompetent in the first 10 hours.
Which is why everyone quits right as the learning curve gets emotionally ugly.
Pre-commitment makes it easier, like, I'm allowed to be bad.
And it forces action, which is the only place you get real data.
So the meta-theme across the whole series is act, measure, adjust, repeat.
And keep customers happy so the math stays meaningful, not just aspirational.
All right, we're done for the 2-episode run. Thank you for listening.
We'll catch you in the next one. Keep it simple, keep it human, keep it moving.